everyone. Let's go ahead and talk Lakers tonight. So, there's this article that's discussing a few predictions as to what is going to happen with the Lakers in the near future. And of course, I have a few predictions of my own, so let's dive right into it. Now, the first prediction here says that Russell Westbrook is not going to finish the calendar year as a Laker. And the explanation is that Brody's $47.1 million expiring contract has been floated around in a variety of possible trades this season. Now, even if the former 9-time All-Star point guard, now that he's making waves as a sixth man, is not dealt away this year, or at least within the season, he'll for sure be an unrestricted free agent in the summer, and I'm sure there's going to be some teams that find him really appealing to sign him on a low salary contract and then just bring him on. So there's probably a few destinations that he'll get to go to. I personally hope, even with the first idea that everybody wanted Russell Westbrook gone from the Lakers, I personally hope that he does stay, just for a lot less than the 47.1 that he was currently making. Now, let's go into number 2. It says that LeBron James will demand a trade. And the explanation on that is that, he's now 38 years old. The King isn't exactly interested in taking his sweet time when it comes to a title contention team. As he said in his post-game interview last week, he basically just wants to be on a team that at least is in close contention and probably not in the 12th or 13th seed of any bracket. Now, with that being said, assuming that the Lakers front office decides to not pursue making an in-season deal to improve the club, or even if they do, it might be, of course, tough to see that the Lakers are going to be good enough to roster enough younger players to take on the deeper star-studded clubs like the New Orleans Pelicans or Denver Nuggets or Memphis Grizzlies. It's going to be a testament for Rob Pelinka to sign on some actual good players when the league is a little bit dry and people are kind of reluctant to trades at the current moment. Now, LeBron James has never requested a trade before from any team. Instead, he generally signs short-term free agent deals so he could pressure his team's front offices to at least make moves. Now, that, of course, might have to change this summer. Now, going into the third prediction, it says that Anthony Davis will miss at least 15 straight games at some point. I honestly do believe this to be true this year. It's literally become one of those things where it's like the most reliable reality when it comes to Anthony Davis, unfortunately. Now going into the prediction of number 4, Lonnie Walker IV will get a raise. Now, just like Malik Monk before him, the 23-year-old Walker seems to be having one of his better career best seasons, and this time, of course, it's on the Lakers. Now, we are talking about one of the most premier franchises in the league, which gets a lot more national television airtime and coverage, and it's a lot more than what Lonnie Walker's been originally drafted with during his first couple seasons with the San Antonio Spurs. Now, the 6'4" wing is averaging a career high of 14.7 points on .45% shooting from the field, 38% from three, and 87.5% from the free throw range. He's also averaging about 2.3 rebounds and 1.4 assists. Now, Lonnie Walker is going to be a free agent this summer, but I think the Lakers are going to try their best to not let him go as they did with Malik Monk, even if that means paying him a bit more. The final prediction that this article is claiming is that Kendrick Nunn will never get a fully guaranteed NBA deal ever again. And honestly, I kind of believe that's true, but let me explain more. So Nunn, who signed a $10.3 million deal with the Lakers in 2021, missed the entirety of his first season in LA due to a bone bruise in his knee. Now, since returning to the team this season, this 6'2" combo guard has been inadequate to say the least, essentially falling out of Darvin Ham's rotation. Now, since his return, he's been unable to recapture the same shooting performance he had during his first 2 seasons with the Miami Heat. If we're being honest, he is an undersized shooting guard who can't really shoot like before or defend really, and now is technically labeled as an injury-prone player. Now, Nunn will be hard-pressed to get anything better than a non-guaranteed prove-it kind of deal next year from probably any team, let alone the Lakers. Now, just a few predictions of my own. I do think that Russell Westbrook's contract, of course, will trickle down a bit, whether he's off the team or if Lakers re-sign him at a lower cost. And I think with the extra money that they will have, they will for sure re-sign Austin Reeves. My guess is that they'll give him a 3-year contract around $36 million. On top of that, let's talk Thomas Bryant. I believe he has been doing fairly well for the Lakers, especially off the bench and in the presence of Anthony Davis being on the bench. So I'd say Bryant is probably going to get a 2-year, around $11 million contract re-signed. And then just a couple more predictions. I think LeBron James is going to remain a Laker until his contract is up after that 2024-2025 season. And I think he's going to just join his son at that point, of course, Bronny, wherever they end up playing together. And then last but not least, a guy that we always thought would probably get re-signed, but he kind of fumbled the bag, or at least he said that there was no bag to be given, but who knows if that's actually true or not. It's Dennis Schroeder. And I think Dennis has been doing decent enough to remain on the team, not with any high salary. He might, again, be on another prove-it type of deal, but I think he'll get maybe $5 million 1 year type of deal if he chooses to accept that, or if no other team offers him something along those lines. So anyway, these are the predictions moving into the future seasons. Of course, Lakers for now at least have that 2027, 2029 first round draft picks. I hope they hang on to it. If they can somehow use it to better the team, that would be even better. But realistically, I think Rob Pelinka has a really tough project in front of him to be able to do something like that. But we'll see. You never know. There are some teams out there that are willing to give up a lot for some future draft picks. So in the end, I hope they can keep them, and I hope that Lakers can have somewhat of a bright future, but it's looking bleak to me at the moment. And this is coming from a Lakers fan. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for listening.